So excited to be here, y'all. Awesome. Welcome, welcome. So what we're talking about this evening is these amazing invention, and I'm going to do a quick history and a little bit of information of how we got to this point, and then we'll bring on Ivory Sully and get to ask him some questions about his experience with this technology. So excited. So look, the man, the legend. Here's another legend. David Schmidt is our owner and inventor. And over 20 years ago, his company was inventing backup power systems and things for the Navy. He was into life support systems and helping them solve problems in unique situations. Well, he was approached by the Navy, somebody high up in the Department of Defense, who was saying, we're having to fire a record number of our Navy SEALs. Would you be able to come up with something that helped our guys not be hooked on amphetamines? Because that was becoming a problem. So guess what? He went to work. He wanted to solve this problem and came up with what they were calling at the time a software for the human body. How cute is that? They came up with the energy enhancers. And then shortly after that, of course, they worked. The Navy still uses them today, but the Department of Defense became quickly sidetracked. Into creating weapons and challenges because 9/11 happened. And so David Schmidt was sitting on this amazing invention and going, who else needs this? And he was like, athletes. Athletes need this invention. And through a series of introductions, through some doctors who were studying this technology for LifeWave or for David Schmidt, they made the introduction to Coach Richard Quick. He started using this product and was amazed at the results. And in conjunction with David Schmidt, they did a test on their athletes in Stanford University. So he trained US Olympic hopefuls in the swim department. And in their first 3-week long test, 6 out of the 8 athletes bested their personal best just from using the energy enhancers. How cool is that? In 3 weeks. That's pretty amazing. So then they went on and continued using them at the Olympic trials. So the Stanford University swim team was at the trials. They did so well that all the other coaches were going, they must be doping. What are those stickers? What are they using? What is this? And it brought a whole bunch of tests and inquiries over the tests on these patches. What are they putting in their bodies? This can't be legal. And guess what? It is. They weren't putting anything in the body but their own body light. So the UCLA laboratory reports that none of the patches contained any substance on the prohibited list. In fact, they didn't contain anything that was going into the body at all. These patches are non-transdermal. So these patches were continued to be used by our athletes in the US Olympic team. And guess what? That's what Michael Phelps was wearing when he won his 8 gold medals in the 2008 Beijing Olympics. So he says, forget using those energy drinks, use the LifeWave energy patches instead. So that was pretty incredible. So this has continued on in our athletic world, kind of being the secret sauce. I mean, what athlete wants to share why they're performing so well? Or, if it's perfectly legal and in all integrity, they're using these patches for their performance or pain relief, recovery, all of those things. Why would they want to share that with their competitors? So I don't know. I think this has been a secret for a long time, and it's been kind of fun to learn more and more about this. So everywhere around the world. This company has people wearing these patches now. We're in 81 different countries, and we are the fastest growing direct sales company in the world. So we're just on a rocket ship right now with the fires lit, and we are getting ready to launch with more breakthroughs in technologies coming. So we're talking about these patches that are affordable, they're non-invasive, they're non-transdermal, they're drug-free, and they help your cells receive a signal to reverse age. How amazing is that? So I found this and I thought this is pretty amazing. So LifeWave patches, the X39 and X49 are the sports players' favorites. We'll explain that in just a second. X39, this tells your body to make that GHK copper peptide. And that copper peptide is proven, it's been researched for over 50 years, and this has proven to increase your pluripotent repair cells. That pluripotent means that they can become anything that your body needs. So you think about that, anything that your body is needing, this patch can help. Again, I'm not a doctor. I can't make any super claims, but I can point you to the science. I can point you to the patent, and I can point you to the research on the copper peptide. X49 unlocks your body to promote performance, strength, and stamina. So this one tells your body to make a different copper peptide that supports your cardiovascular system, your brain and nervous system, and your muscles and your bones. There also happens to be a study that people actually lost body fat when using this patch. So that's pretty amazing. So Eon is another one that is a favorite because we all have stress and inflammation in our lives. And I would dare to say that athletes on a continuous basis at a performance level in their practices and challenges, they are pushing their bodies to the limits. That creates inflammation, that is a stress on the body. Cortisol levels are high, C-reactive proteins are high, and we need our athletes to recover quickly. So when you have Eon, this patch helps your body reduce inflammation and the negative effects of stress. So guess what? Those other two patches we just talked about, the X39 and X49, get through and get past the inflammation and help support your body and repair it and recover faster. Beautiful combination. So again, this has been used in our athletic world for a long time, but we just wear these patches for 12 hours on and 12 hours off, and it helps our body. It's kind of like turning the light switch on and turning the light switch off, like our circadian rhythm. And there's different things, different processes that our bodies do when we're resting, and healing and recovering from exercise is one of them. Now, my favorite time, I'd love to introduce to you my friend Ivory Sully. He was in the NFL for 9 years, and it's so good to see you. And I'm particularly excited to see you wearing blue this evening, sir.
I'm just representing the Rams. That's it, man. That's it.
Oh, okay. I thought it was LifeWave.
Hey, if you know what, LifeWave, yeah, go with that. I got.
I'm going with it,
man. Yes.
Well, it's so good to see you. Um, Tell us, how you doing? How's the whole patching experience going?
Oh, the patching experience has really been it's always been surprising. Let me go over this a little bit for you. Okay. When you are training to be a world-class athlete, that means the best in the world. There are only 1,400 football players per season. When you're training You're one of 1,400 in a whole population of how many billions of people are there in this world, for crying out loud, that are playing at a world class level. It requires a different paradigm for you to train, and how far you push and what you do to get to that level that you want to, or rather I should say, you need to be, if you want to participate at that level. Now you don't have to do that, but you also don't have to participate at that level. The fact of the matter is that the strain that we put on our joints, on our ligaments, and our muscles, it's unbelievable. I forget the guy's name. He was a Mr. Olympia, and I was looking at him on my phone, and it was showing how unbelievable. Mr. Olympia, I mean, that's a big freaking guy. He's jacked. He's got all of his muscles working. I saw him on a video. He couldn't even walk into a room without assistance. So what I'm saying to you is, to be the best, you have to actually, you have to overachieve. And I am definitely an overachiever. I mean, I've had to quell my overachievement because I am getting old, but you wouldn't probably know it in some cases because of these freaking patches. I mean, I'm telling you, it's unbelievable. And so, just being an athlete, and the type of athlete that you want to be, you could be an average athlete. That's fine. You don't have to put it on a. But I wish I had these patches so bad when I was playing. I mean, I'm serious, because I don't want to put anything that's going to hurt my body, nothing pharmaceutical, not interested in any way, shape, or form. It's the one thing that drove me to want to try these patches, is because they were all naturally derived. Okay. And so there's a place for this in my body, and the way it gets in my body, very unique in and of itself, I have to say. Nobody's shooting me up. Look, I know guys that did the steroids. I know all that stuff. I know the whole world of all that stuff. I don't want to do anything with that. Seen too many guys go down. Once you reach the top, it's a sharp downhill when you've done it with steroids and that, because you're faking yourself out. It's not happening. So anyway, I'm very happy first of all to be here tonight, to tell my story, to let you know what the real limitations, or the real proficiency, and the added paradigm that you're adding to your body for an athlete that used to play on a world class level.
Love it. And you were in the NFL for 9 years. That's a long time.
It's a long time.
That's a
Trust.
long career.
Do you know how many? Do you know the average life expectancy of an NFL football player? Take a guess. Take a guess.
A lot less than 9 years.
Yeah, less than 9 years. Less than 3 years.
No
Yes,
way.
yes, it
Wow.
is. Because look, I'm telling you, it's not
That's
a game.
tough.
I mean, this is like, I'm telling you the truth. All right. So you guys, we all see the superstars and all these guys, but you don't see the guys that are behind them that are trying to get to that spot. Let me
Mhm.
tell you, it is not very many people make it out of that 1,400 people. You're there, but you're not there for long. Not for long. I was very blessed. I really was.
So in that experience, in that career, your body took a lot of hits, you took a lot of beating. It's kind of like I was every time you're tackling or being tackled, that's like a car crash on your body.
That's correct. That's correct. There's no doubt about that. I have to say, though, rather than be the hittee, I was the hitter. I made sure of it, and it actually did, because I could actually see and plan the way I'm going to attack a guy and how I'm going to hit him, and much rather be a hitter than a hitty. Yeah, I'll tell you that. So
Yeah,
playing safety in the defensive schemes of NFL players, you get an opportunity to do that.
that's awesome. So tell me, what were you experiencing before you started using the patches, and then what was your experience after?
The aftermath of playing 9 years in the NFL, there is a story to be told. The story is not, it doesn't get better. Okay. It just doesn't get better. The aging process, like I just told you about Mr. Olympia, he can't even walk right now. The decline is it's fast. I'll be honest with you, because we take our muscles and our body to the limits of what's attainable, what you're able to do. And so in so doing, you actually, when I was finished and I was out for about, maybe 10 years, and I look back and I say, wow, I really, I really didn't know that it was going to be so taxing, and that my body would hurt, in the places that I was hurt. So I dislocated my left shoulder. I mean, I could go down a list, forget about it. My lower back, my neck, the back of my neck, headaches, just, no sleep. I mean, sleep is huge, huge. So I could train and I can go ahead and keep going. When I did train, and I kept it going there for a long time, and I still train. I still go to the gym right now, but I have a secret, and that's called, the X39. Don't tell anybody. But but it's very depressing when you can't do it like you used to do it. You want to, when you're performing at that high level, anything below that is it's like it's a come down. It's a degradation. It's not what you want, not what you want to have your body do. And so in so doing, I had to then start to figure out a way to maintain and keep going. After a while, that becomes a situation where it's non-achievable. You can't achieve it. I will tell you that, if I didn't have these patches right now, I really don't know where I would be. I don't know where my neck would be. I don't know. Okay, I don't have any more headaches. That's the first thing. We start with the headaches. My thinking, my prowess for thinking, my prowess for putting sentences together, which I was losing rapidly. I can put a sentence together. I can have a podcast with you, Cami, and actually make sense of what comes out of my mouth. But this stuff was leaving me.
You
Okay.
what? He
So
said, no shit, she works here.
Oh,
so, so then the
How do you feel Steven said that to you?
okay.
so
Hang on.
hello, is anybody there? Okay,
Got
good.
it.
Okay, good.
Here.
So so the thing that really brings me to this heightened uh, 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 position that I'm going to talk about is I started, I have had arthritis in my knees. Okay. Now, your ligaments, when they wear down, from thick to thin. Okay. Mine at this point, in my life, before I had a situation happen, they were paper thin. And which creates, bone on bone, which creates pain in your knees, which creates, a situation that you want to train. So I went to a PT. I said, enough is enough. I got to do something about this. And I went to a physical therapist, and he diagnosed me. He said, you got arthritis, so you got to train the muscles around it to take on the weight of what you've got, in that joint. In testing for that situation, so that they could see where I was with my strength, I tested my right knee, my right leg, on this standalone board, this board, and it measures the pressure that you're creating to, and measures your strength. Well, the PT said, "Man, we haven't seen strength like this, bro. We don't even know what this is." So that's crazy. All right, don't tell an overachiever that, okay? Don't tell an overachiever that you've
No.
never seen it, because guess where I'm going? I'm
I
going to the next level. You're really never gonna forget about me. So we go to the left leg, and then sure enough, for the first 2 reps, we were doing 3 reps. For the first 2 reps, the level was higher than the right leg. Me and my sorry butt on the third one, man, I did it. And it was like, it was there. And then all of a sudden, literally in this room with, training equipment and weights and tables and people and physical therapists helping, you heard this pop, and it was my knee. My patellar tendon snapped, and my patella was sitting up on edge. It just lost all connection. And I literally had to think about it a little bit because it caught me off guard so much. I had to look down. I saw my patella standing on its edge. I looked up. I saw everybody looking at me because of the pop that got their attention. And then I'm saying, wow, something should happen right now. I should probably be in pain. And after I thought about it for like literally 3 seconds, all of a sudden the pain came. And I was like, wow, okay, this is crazy. I ruptured my patellar tendon. In the advent of correcting the situation and trying to bring myself back to, being viable, I am now in the ninth month of recovery, which they gave me 1.1 a year and 6 months. Don't think I didn't patch the hell out of that thing after that surgery. I am 4 months ahead of schedule. Okay,
Awesome.
4 months. I'm like riding a bike. I'm doing things. I'm like jumping. I'm doing I'm playing games. I'm playing a little bit of tennis. And it's like, Ivory,
Awesome.
what the hell is going on with you, bro? And then I just, then we'll, go from there. Obviously, it's I pitch the patches.
I
Pitch the
love it.
patch.
Pitch the patch, man. Pitch the patch.
That's right.
So, um, recovery from injury, better sleep, no headaches.
Better sleep, no headaches, no neck pain. Very important. I mean, for crying out loud. I bought every kind of freaking pillow that there is in this country, for crying out loud, just to find the one pillow that would give me relief. And it wasn't about the pillow.
Yes.
I got some good pillows. I'll tell you, I got a lot of them too. But it was me. It was me. And I'm telling you, those patches are the reason why I don't have neck pain or headaches. And I am thankful because I can sleep through the night. Boom.
Woo!
There you go.
That's the best.
That's
Sleeping
the
through the
best.
night. That's
That's the best.
Um,
I'm sorry for talking so much. I can't help but talk about this stuff because it's exciting.
never be sorry for talking so much when you're being interviewed, sir.
Very good. Very good. Cool.
So I have coaches, athletes, trainers, moms and dads of athletes, student athletes. What would you say to them, as far as like the patches? Would you recommend them for kids? Would you recommend them for people? And then how does that integrate into an athlete's life? Like, nutrition, like how important is it?
Nutrition is very important. It's always been important to me. Obviously when I was lifting and building and stuff like that, a lot of protein, a lot of endurance foods that I would eat that would help my musculature recover, because it's about recovery. It's not about the fact that you exercise and you do that. Of course you're going to do that, but it's how fast can I recover to get back to that very competitive level.
Mhm.
And what I would tell first of all, the mothers, I mean, I wish, of all the time, all the things that I wish I'd have had a patch or had these patches when I was playing. I
Yes.
wish I could put patches on when I was performing, because the recovery time that I'm experiencing actually right now, it's like it's unbelievable. I was like, what the heck is going on? This is not normal. But it's because I have patched in the past. Number one, that I have a history with the patches, and everything took hold, and
Mhm.
everything started repairing, and everything started feeling better, and there was no pain. Pain was it's not a part of the paradigm anymore. It just really isn't. Stiffness is, But now what's going on is I'm relieving that stiffness. If you can get your kids, your athletic kids, into the realm of rejuvenation through the patches, because that's what it does. The patches rejuvenate the areas. You went over all the things that it does. You have a distinct advantage to have a nice long life as an athlete. You do. Period. I wish so much that I had them when I was younger.
Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, I'm advising a friend who has a
Excuse me.
a student athlete in football, and he's getting a bunch of D1 offers from universities, and he literally is doing amazing. Can you mute Trace? There we go. Hang on. I got it. So, there we are. So, I lost you, Ivory.
Okay, I'm here.
There you are. Okay, cool. Got quiet and I lost you. All
I'm
right.
I'm just listening. Yeah.
So, put your coach hat on for us for a minute. You and led your team to an amazing accomplishment this last football season.
Yes, we're California state champs. Absolutely.
Yes.
100%.
So, how did you do it?
Well,
Give us a tip. Give us words of wisdom for us parents and coaches. Um, what what do you tell your kids? How do you inspire them to greatness?
okay. There are certain things, and I could tell you that if there was a way that you could that we could get, the patches in our weight room, uh, I'll tell you the secret sauce for high school kids is the weight room. Okay, we're in the weight room and we're doing stuff that, quite frankly, a lot of teams don't want to do. Why? Because it's uncomfortable and it's hard. And guess what? The fact is that we're doing it and we're getting stronger and we're getting better, quicker, and we're performing at a higher level physically because of what we do. And what I mean, it's a pro standard. It really is, because when we have coach Troy Thomas is his name. He's a great coach. He coached at Servite High School, where that's how I got involved in sports. I mean, in high school football, he was the head coach. He has the reason why we're always ranked in the country. We're in the top 25 in the country. We're in the top 5 in the country. We're in the top 3 in the country and winning state championships all the time. Is because what we do in the weight room. If you add that layer that these patches offer, I'm telling you, don't tell anybody, okay? But it's my secret.
We won't
Okay?
tell anybody.
I'm gonna bust out the patches here for this next season so we can repeat as state champs, because
Yeah.
we've already got the weight room, the discipline, the work ethic, because it is a work ethic when you play football at a high level. Oh, do you take it easy every once in a while? No, you better not, or else you're going to get hurt, for crying out loud. And I'm chirping all the time. Give me what you got, man. Come on. What do you mean? Okay, you're tired. All right, tired. Go get a glass of water and let's get going. Let's do it again. Let's go. And it's about building the carriage, the body, building your body to perform. And if you had patches in that room, it would enhance the performance and the recovery. The recovery is the most important thing. Period, bar nothing. There you go. There's the
Awesome.
I'll take that $1 million in 20s.
Okay.
That was the secret sauce, man. I'm telling you.
Secret sauce. I love it. Well, that's fantastic. So you're saying you would recommend this for any student athlete, anybody you wish you had them when you were playing it bar none, this is just a no-brainer.
100%.
Fantastic.
It will definitely, it's infinitely better than, look, I love ice, and I love being in the ice bath, and I wouldn't pass that up. But you have to have something past the ice bath to get you recovering faster, okay? Because the key in sports is not that you can do it that day, but it's what you do the next day, and then the next day after. The reason why these teams are in the Super Bowl this week is because they can recover. They recover. Patches help you recover. For an athlete, that's the key.
Mic drop.
Done. Yeah.
All right, Coach. Anything you want to say about the Super Bowl coming up?
Um, um, well, because the Rams aren't in it, I have to go back home now, back east, and I have to root for my Philly Eagles, man. The Philadelphia Eagles. I went to the University of Delaware. We were 22 miles away from Philadelphia. We used to go to see the Phillies. We used to go see the Eagles. We used to go and do all that stuff. Hey, man, it was fun. I got to go back to my roots.
There you go. Awesome. Well, go Phillies. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, that's right. Here we go.
We sure appreciate you and appreciate your time and your energy and just your willingness to be here with us and encourage us. So,
Hey, Cami, I can't fake this. This what I'm giving you, I can't fake it, man. I'm transparent. That's who I am as a person. I'm gonna let you know. If these patches sucked, I would tell you they're horrible. If they sucked, I tell you. But I have an experience. It's in the books, and I'm doing it right now. And I'm going to give you everybody a chance to have it. I want to help people, not hold them back. There you go.
I love it so much. Thank you so much, Ivory. I so appreciate you being here. So, yeah, you rock, sir.
Always, you got it, sis.
All right. Thank you so much.
Take care.
Well, guys, that is pretty dang amazing. We are hanging out with football greats and having a blast. So I'm having trouble with the view on Tracy's computer here. It's just going a little crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's so fun.
She is a
Look at that.
Mac and I am not.
All right.
But we're going to go ahead and end our recording now, and then we're going to open it up to questions, and we can help you